Thank you for all hanging around and being patient with us. Jeremy, do we have Reverend Gregory?
You have to get out and get on a different thing.
Okay, no, he's got him. Aha. All right.
Okay, I thought we'd start this while people are still eating, so then our congregation is always happiest when we're eating, so. So Reverend Gregory, if you could please pray us in, please.
All right, it would be my pleasure. So let us turn within for a moment here. As we just remember that beautiful truth of our being and of all being, that God is, that there is one life, one mind, one infinite love, joy, intelligence, wholeness, harmony, expressing in, through, and as all that is at every point of existence, and therefore at the point of existence that is me, and at the point of existence that is everyone in our spiritual community and everyone who concerns us. And so it is in this consciousness of oneness, this consciousness of our connectedness to all that is good and all that is God and all that is truth, that I speak this word right now and know that as we experience this annual meeting, that we come together as divine beings and knowing each other, knowing the greatest truth. And so I know that all unfold perfectly, that the Leadership Council presents beautifully all of the accomplishments and all of the good that has happened this year, that those who are in participation are eagerly and joyously learning and hearing and expressing and sharing, so that there is a dynamic unfolding here this morning, this afternoon, a dynamic unfolding of sharing and realizing and ultimately propelling forth this spiritual community into its greater and greater and greater yet to be. And so I bless all that we are about today, calling it good and very good. And in gratitude, I release this and let it be. And so it is. Amen.
Okay, so I see we have Valerie on Zoom with us, and one of the great things about that is I wanted to tell her if she had come today, she would see Lori and Dan Poske. So we love having them back, even if it's only just this one Sunday. My honor to introduce your Leadership Council. Each one of us have a team or projects that we're working on. Melissa is with activities. Oh, I should let them tell what they do. That'd be good. So let me introduce, and then I'll tell because I have sent out a thing of accomplishments, and it pretty much tells what we all do and what all our teams are doing. So I'll pass this down, and yeah, I do things that fall through the cracks. So we have Melissa is our treasurer. We're not quite sitting in the order. Kay is vice president. Cheryl's trustee, and Karen is secretary of our leadership. And I'll just pass down and let them say briefly what we've been doing this last year.
So I am the activities team lead in addition to the office manager. And is that the only team? I think that's it. I'm also on the financial ministry, yes. And the diversity and inclusion team. Any other teams? I'm trying to think. I think that's it. I haven't accepted that yet.
Hi, I'm Kay, and as vice president, I have been on the Ministerial search team and the Leadership Council member on that team, and then membership chair, developing a booklet which is at the printers right now, and it's kind of exciting. It's a 20-page booklet that we'll be able to give to our new members during orientation. And I'm a greeter. Can't think of anything else. Cheryl. Oh, lobby team.
I'm Cheryl, and I'm on the Compassionate Care team. I head that up, and I have a wonderful group of people that work with me on that. And we'd be honored to have new people join our team if you're so inspired to do that. We're looking specifically for, but not only, but we'd love to have some male energy on our team. So, yes. Also on the diversity and inclusion team. Thank you.
Okay, my name is Karen Gidley. I'm on the Leadership Council. I'm going on my second term now. So, I'm in year 4, 4 of 6. And I also I do the meditation on Thursday nights on Zoom. So we do an hour of meditation every week. I don't know, what else am I on? Yeah, the practitioners, and then also I'm on the Compassionate Care team as well, yeah. So, that's it.
So and I do anything that falls through the cracks, and sometimes they fall through the cracks whether I'm in charge of it or not. One of the things, we've done several things this year. We're really laying a foundation because either we didn't have one or we're reestablishing it. So thanks to Kay, we had changed our bylaws last year, and we had 4 new members join our center, and we had not had a real honest-to-goodness membership in several years. We created a financial ministry and a compassionate care team. We had a pledge drive. So there's a lot of foundational things that this board has been, this leadership council has been doing a lot. I think we've really accomplished a lot. Reverend Gregory, if you have a minister's report you'd like to give us, you're next.
All right, thank you very much. I'm really excited about all that's unfolded here with us over this last year. What a joy it has been and continues to be to work with this community and observe how you all are moving forward. It's such a dynamic energy in how things are moving forward, and the number of people who are engaged in moving it forward, and the number of new people coming into the community, and the way that you all have worked with each other and played with each other and been together with each other. And that's the thing that I want to just keep encouraging, is the conscious communication that we kind of started this journey with, and maybe we'll bring that back again, just because it's such rich material in terms of how do we really be in our power and at the same time be loving and compassionate. And I want to keep bringing that forth, because that's really the essence of this interim ministry work for me, is to help communities learn how to be with each other in really healthy ways, where everyone gets to be in their power, and at the same time it's a loving, compassionate community where we really care deeply about one another. And I think you all have done really well with that and continue to do well with it. And I think that speaks volumes to how the things that you've been able to accomplish together. One of my favorite things is the classes. And we've had at least 30 different people taking classes, and most of those people have taken multiple classes over this past year, classes and workshops. And we've offered quite a few classes, a couple certificated classes. We're about to offer another certificated class, a couple non-certificated classes that I created, Conscious Loving, Untethered Soul, and then quite a few workshops as well that came through me. But then, of course, there's all the workshops and other classes that others are delivering too. So, Ernest Holmes said that we're a teaching philosophy and not a preaching philosophy. So I love how many classes and activities and workshops that have gone on over this last year, and that too really keeps the community really vibrant. I really appreciate the Minister Search Committee and how they've been so dedicated in their work, and I know that they'll give a report on that as well. I want to really encourage you all to continue embodying the new stories as you prepare for your new minister coming in. Really, any of the old stories that still have any sway, which, by the way, I'm not really observing much of the old stories these days. I'm really observing the new stories in action and being expressed. But just continue to step further and further into that, because that really represents where you're going. That represents your now, and that represents your future. I've been really happy to participate in Compassionate Care, and Cheryl Leesburg has done a great job of leading that. And I just love that group, what it's all about, that we're, the Compassionate Care is really just about we established that when, during COVID, just to make sure that no one fell through the cracks. And now it's kind of evolving to that place where it's really about just staying in touch with people. So if we haven't seen someone for a while, let's reach out and make sure that they're doing okay. So if you get a call from them, that's the spirit in which the call comes, is that we want to know that everyone in the community is doing well, and we don't want to miss out on someone not doing well that we didn't know about. Also, a more recent team, the Diversity Inclusion team, I've been really happy with that group. We've had 5 or 6 meetings at this point, and some of the things that have come out of that have been some of the activities around Pride, some of the activities around the movie for Black History Month, the movie Harriet, which, if you didn't get to that, I really encourage you to see that movie. It's a powerful movie. It's a great movie, and Harriet Tubman was way more amazing than I ever even imagined after watching the film and reading up a little bit more. So I encourage that, and we're really just looking at all the different ways that we can enhance diversity and really show forth our value for inclusion in this community. And so we're looking at things for Women's History Month and Hispanic Heritage Month. And one of our members on the team said, well, hey, why does it have to just be a month? Let's really show forth the ways that we value inclusivity in this community. So everything from pride to all forms of diversity, we really want to find ways to express that, because this community really is about inclusivity. Right now I'm working with the music ministry. We have one more visioning we're going to do this coming Tuesday to create a vision statement for our music ministry. So I'm really happy about all the ideas that are being shared in that process as well. And I really praise the Leadership Council and the finance team and the ways that those groups continue to move the center forward. And the finance team, especially Melissa and Teresa and whoever else I'm missing, really doing some great work on creating a budget for 2022, a balanced budget that includes the expenses associated with bringing on a new minister. I think you all are in really great shape to move forward, and some ministers are going to be very fortunate, along with you all being very fortunate for that minister that you attract. So it's a joy to continue working with you all, and it will be a joy as a mixed blessing, I guess, to say goodbye at some point, because I know your new minister is coming. I can feel that energy just based on all the energy that you all have been putting forth. So it'll be bittersweet to say goodbye to you all, but it'll also be a great joy to see you all step into that next stage of your unfoldment. And with that, I'll close, and of course, I'm happy to answer any questions.
Does anyone have any questions for Reverend Gregory?
No. Okay, my next.
Love having him.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm sure everyone here will agree, Reverend Gregory, that we have loved having you as our interim minister. And we know you'll continue and stick with us until we find someone, and that's a good segue into my report, which is next. I'm taking Patty Carney's place. She's our chairperson of the Ministerial Search Team Committee, and I'm on it. B. Dore, John Coriel, Fran Winslow, Phyllis McCormick, gosh, help me out if I forget. Oh, Melissa Arterberry, right? Yeah, I think that's everyone. Yeah. Anyway, we've been meeting every Monday, and it's a process, is what I can tell you. And you know you were involved in the very beginning when we made up our ministerial visioning statement. And we've been creating the minister from that statement. We say it every Sunday now. And we truly believe that he or she is on the way. What I can tell you is there are so many steps, and before we could even put the minister's call on the website, the CSL website, we had to have our profile written and describing, everything that was involved in being our minister, and the video that we produced and shared on the website. And then we accepted applications, and the application process is still going on. In fact, we extended it to the end of April. And we are just in the process. There's going to be, once we accept some of these applications after viewing the videos and looking at what they have to offer, then there's going to be a short interview, a long interview, an interview with the Leadership Council, and then you will meet the applicants. And the applicants will be flown here and give a presentation on Sunday and a workshop. And then those of you who are community members will vote on the final say-so, if it's between 2 or 3 applicants at the end. And so it's a process, and we are practicing patience, and all of us are, and believe that the minister is on his or her way to us. So that's all I can tell you right now. We're keep the faith. So, Karen.
Okay, so I'm secretary on the board, and I'm going to give just the minutes from last year's annual meeting, which was led by Melissa Tuff, who is our treasurer. Opening prayer was done by Valerie Data, our licensed practitioner here at the center. And Kay Atwood, who's the vice president, read the 2020 minutes because I was not able to attend that meeting. So then Pam had introduced the board members. So Pam was the same as now president, Kay also vice president, Melissa treasurer, me, Karen Gidley, the secretary, and I would stay for one more term back last year, so now I'm on year 4, and I've got 2 more years to be on this board. And then Cheryl Leesburg, who's the trustee, and she took Christy Schmidt's term. And then the financial report was read by Melissa Tuff, who is the treasurer, and she gave our financial reports with some slides, which we have archived in the office, so if anybody ever wants to look at that, they're open to anybody here at the center. She also did our unexpected income and accomplishments for 2021. What's it, 2021? Would be 2020, actually. I've got a mistype on here, okay. And the annual report minutes are on file. So the minister's report, we just at that time had the status of the minister, which was, or is, still is, interim minister Reverend Gregory Toole, and he started April 1st, 2021. Volunteer of the year was Kay Atwood and Randy Wing. And there were no LC member applications for voting. So Cheryl Leesburg assumes Christy Schmidt's term, and that was read by Pam Lambert. And then Cheryl Leesburg did the closing prayer. And that was for our 47th year, 2021. So who's next here on? Yes.
Jeremy, can I get the slides up, please? See, I had all these fancy things and we're not even showing them. All right, financial reports. We're getting to the fun stuff here, right? Okay, so it may be difficult for you guys to see some of this, but this is our 2021 fiscal year income. As you can see, that large blue portion there, that is 64%, or no, 64, I'm sorry, 64% of our income comes from Sunday celebration. And then we have 24% that comes from our trust revenue. The rest is very minimal. That would be like our building rental, our Amazon, interest earned and such, in which last year our Sunday celebration income was $61,063.40. We had $50 in other revenue, $155.76 in Amazon income, $164 in building rental, $31.76 in interest, and $8 in refreshment income. And then we had also had, so that's for those coffee tips we've getting out there. But we count all of it. So we also had $411.46 in bookstore income, and we had $7,033.83 in classes. I don't think, oh, special events, I did miss that, sorry. Special events and fundraisers, we had, where's that one? Okay, event income was $684.85, and fundraisers was $2860.37 after expenses. And this one, as you can see, is divided a lot more. This is our fiscal year expenses. Our largest portion of expenses goes towards our interim minister salary. Then you'll see the second portion, which is the green section there. That is our building expenses, which last year we had some air conditioner repairs, so that number is going to be a little bit higher than normal. Then we have the darker green, which is our office staff, so that would be me. The medium blue color is our, that is our band salaries, and then we've got some kitchen and sanitation expenses, music team appreciation, music team salaries, and those ones are the ones that make up the very small numbers there. We had, let's see, last year in interim minister expenses, we spent $25,425.76. Guest ministers and guest speakers, we spent $5,350, and kitchen and sanitation was $367.56. Music team salaries were $5,675. Equipment, we spent $1,784.89 to improve the sound of our band, and so we're looking forward to continuing to tweak that. Our local and home office tithing, we contributed $8,519.71. And Then we have our building expenses, which is what I mentioned was one of the larger amounts on there, and that was $12,423.48. So as you can imagine, like when we talk about every week, you know, every dollar counts, and that's why we talk about the Amazon and things like that. You can see why, because we have a very diverse area of where we're spending our money. And so everything that comes in here is what's paying all of those things. We spent $7,577.71 in utilities. And then we have our professional fees, which is like our Breeze fees, PayPal fees, and all of those, which actually came to $1,172.29. And that is about it for expenses. And then this is our income versus expenses chart. So we had $93,104.49 in total income, $78,349.78 in expenses, leaving us with $14,754.61 in our proceeds. Now, what I'm going to show you about this is that, where is it? Oh, I left it. Okay, so last year, we had a deficit of $14,000. So,
You mean 2020?
yes, in 2020, we had a deficit of $14,000. So really, we just kind of made up for what we had sort of left on the table the year before last. So, yeah, actually, our deficit in the 2020-2021 year was $14,478.94. So this kind of just balanced us out. And so our 2020 Sunday celebration income was $80,112.90. So as you can see, that is a significant decrease in our 2021 Sunday celebration income, which was $61,063.40. So this is one of our areas that we're going to focus on for this year. It's an area of improvement, which is what I would like to call it. Obviously, lots of things happened in both years, which affected these numbers, but we are looking forward to bringing that 2022 number up and over the 80,000 mark. So, and then this is our fundraiser income from 2020 versus 2021. In 2020, we had an additional $2,000 just about in fundraiser income than we did in 2021. And so that is another area of opportunity that we are looking forward to for this year, to increase that fundraiser income. In our 2020 versus 2021 class income, as you can see here, thanks to Reverend Gregory, we have increased our class income by a little over $2,000. And so we are looking forward to continuing to increase that with offering more and more classes and workshops for everybody, and so that we are offering something that just about everybody can be interested in and attend. And now we can move on. Unless there's any questions on the finances, we can move along to our Sacred Service Awards. Okay, good. No questions on the finances.
Who should we do first?
I put them in order on here.
Oh, okay. So we're all going to make this is an exciting, fun thing for us to do, and that's our Volunteer of the Year. And we've had so many good volunteers. In fact, is Lori still here? They were on here several times. We filled up our Volunteer of the Year plaque, and we had to get a new plaque this year. If you want. Here's the new one, though. So, drum roll. If we can all, you want to stand up and be so, stand up to honor our Volunteer of the Year. Let's honor our Volunteer of the Year, and it is, we have two people. Jeremy and Cassie. So, if you'll come up here. This is for Cassie. And so I know I speak for everyone in the congregation, how we couldn't do anything. Oh, Ralph's going to take our pictures for the e-blast. I forgot. Yeah, so Cassie in the Big Love Band and Jeremy, who's doing all our audio, visual streaming, that we could not even have a Sunday service without him. And Cassie, we couldn't have hardly a band. Well, in fact, she's been the only singer sometimes when Ralph goes back and before Joy. So most definitely well-deserved, and so we really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much. So they're going to go up in the Hall of Fame on our plaque, and I'm looking for one other person. Oh, now we have the Lifetime Service Award, which we have never awarded before. Actually, yeah. And so, big drum roll, but I was thinking I wanted everybody, somebody whose voice we haven't heard from. Cheryl, you
Okay.
can announce our service lifetime.
Well, this person has done so much for our center, and I think maybe this person is involved in everything. Everything that we do, all of our fundraisers, all of our teams, our service teams, and I just don't know where we would be without this fantastic person. I think you all will agree with me that we could not do without Phyllis. Thank you so much. Phyllis McCormick. We are so blessed to have you.
Have this. You're at front and center. There you go. Here, let me say one thing. So Phyllis did not want Volunteer of the Year, but she did get like a special Lifetime Award instead. And she also said something about we now have a Volunteer of the Month or Quarter for parking, and Phyllis gets our first Volunteer of the, I think, quarter will do, because of parking. Phyllis, that's you.
I've been so blessed to have wonderful teams. I think everybody heard me, right? I know how to project. But I appreciate everyone. You guys created this for me, right? We did.
And do you want to read what's on here?
Oh.
You need the microphone.
Yeah. Here, hold it.
Too much for you.
In gratitude for the years you have shared your time, talents, and treasure with us.
And it's a clock with our teaching symbol on it. Okay. You don't need that. It's silicone stuff.
Oh.
No, it's just this. Oh, it is an extra battery. Okay. And let's get you down before I get the flowers to you. Okay. And now we want to also, it's time to say goodbye to someone who's leaving our leadership. And as much as we would like her to stay, but we're going to still task her with things.
I'll still be around.
She's still going to be around. But we have something for Kay also to celebrate all your service. Oh, yeah. We've got some flowers for you.
Oh, thank you. Oh.
And we have something else.
Thank you, everybody. Well, I remember how intimidated I was in the beginning 3 years ago when I was first on Leadership Council, you know, looking at profit and loss statements and making decisions on big, you know, roof repairs and air conditioning units, and it's so much more. I mean, you get the inner workings, you know, like the Wizard of Oz, what's behind the curtain. And it's really fun to know all that's going on. And I'm sure everybody who's been on leadership knows what I mean. And so I've grown a lot, and it just makes me love CSL even more. So thank you for letting me be on this responsible team.
Huh? Now, Kay, you can step down because we are going to introduce, so we had no one that nominated, or we nominated someone for our leadership. We did not get any nomination forms in, but we have one that we have asked, and she happily accepted, and that's Teresa Wilson. If she'll, now, since we have one, we still need to have a show of hands. Who says yes to Teresa being on our leadership? Do we have any no votes out here? Okay, good, because that would be kind of embarrassing, wouldn't it? Okay. Okay, so we have a little ceremony to have Teresa on our board, and we're all going to have, do we all have our piece of paper? Yep. Okay. So Teresa. Okay, you have been elected to the Leadership Council for the Centers of Spiritual Living Cape Coral because the members of the center believe you to be their worthy representative. They believe you possess the qualities of leadership which will embrace and carry out our vision. Election to the Leadership Council is both an honor and a privilege, and with this privilege comes personal and organizational responsibilities. In accepting this position to the Leadership Council, you are making a commitment both to serve and to lead our community according to our shared values and principles. Do you so commit?
I do.
Okay. And every Leadership Council member needs a deep commitment to their spiritual life. So do you have such a commitment?
I do.
If a conflict arises between your position as a Leadership Council member and your personal opinions, will you commit first to prayer, second to speaking only to the involved parties, and third to acknowledge this conflict before the Leadership Council and take positive measures to eliminate the conflict?
I do.
And finally, will you commit to support in a positive manner all actions initiated by the Leadership Council, even when you are in a minority position on such actions?
I do.
Then this is everyone. Oh.
With full commitment and a bond of trust established by this ceremony, you are now duly installed as a member of the Leadership Council
of the Center for Spiritual Living, Cape Coral, for the years 2025. Welcome to our Leadership Council.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm just amazed at the energy in this community, you know, with all of the different groups that we have and all of the different activities that people are involved in. People just step up, and we do it because we love this center. I mean, it's so palpable, right? We love it, and we want to support it and help each other to thrive. And in so doing, we're supported and we're thriving. So it's just this wonderful, law of circulation, front and center. It's a beautiful example of that. And we haven't been here all that long. We full-time moved down here last July, but I have to say from those first days, we felt loved, supported, home, and this is a place where we want to stay and grow old. And I know we've Mark and I have talked about this. We're like, you know what? We may not have been here all that long, but we know that this center has us, has our back. Whatever we need, any challenges that we may face in the future, we know that we have the love and support of everyone here, and we know that we're committed to the love and support of everyone here, and that is just a priceless gift. So I'm really very honored to be able to serve. I know that God is going to work through me as God works through everyone here just to make this place bigger and better and really spread throughout this community, because what we have is the most valuable thing I think that we as humans can have. It's that spiritual connection and the recognition that we are an expression of the divine, and every single person here in Cape Coral and Fort Myers and in this area and the world needs that. And so our charge is, how do we get that word out, and how do we bring more folks into the fold, because it's the best thing that we could possibly offer to this community and to this world. And that's why I wanted to be part of this council. And I know that that's what's ours to do. So thank you.
Okay, so would you please join me in a closing prayer? And closing the outer eyes as we come to our center, allowing Spirit to breathe as us. We recognize there is just one life, one Spirit, one divine presence, in all, through all, as all. This one life is perfect, whole, and complete. This life is me, it is you, it is everyone gathered here today and beyond. We are the divine, expressing peace, love, and joy. We are blessed to be part of a community that recognizes that peace, that love, that pure potentiality in each person and in all of creation. We bless all in our community, knowing that we come together in divine appointment to uphold each other, our community, and our world. It is in great gratitude that I release these words into the law, knowing that as we acknowledge and believe them, it is already so. And together we anchor this prayer with the words, and so it is. Thank you for coming.
So have some cake, please. And this was our, 48th year annual meeting. Thank you.